Hey y'all, welcome back to another episode of Ask Jen. If you are a very fancy bitch like me, hair done, nails done, everything did, you are going to enjoy this episode because we are talking about service providers. I know sometimes the provider be the issue, but as clients, we can be the issue too. And I just want to start with, message. You have to compensate people for their time. And service providers, I'm not saying this is just on you as clients, it's on us too. So let's get into it. As a service provider, you saying if you have anything else to do today, do not book with me is so inappropriate. You are literally one part of my day. If you are telling me if I'm booking an appointment with you, I can't do anything else, you need to figure out your times. I know on all of your different websites, there are ways that you can gauge how much time a service takes. I really think you all need to utilize that specific service and be honest. Don't have me in the shop for 7 hours when you told me you could do this style in an hour and 50 minutes. Get your stuff together. And also, as a service provider, if you know you are consistently going over your time, give people a heads up and let them know. Like, communication is key in all aspects. Sometimes somebody don't got 7 hours to be sitting in the shop. Make sure that they know you're going to be having them in there for 7 hours. And also, as clients, we could do a little better too. We come late. Sometimes we change our service in the chairs. We ask for extras that we really didn't plan for. And if you got good homegirls like me, they accommodate you. But one thing about me is I'm going to tip. Y'all do not be tipping these people appropriately. Hairstylists, nails tech, estheticians, they pay for all their own supplies. They do things. They make special accommodations. They go over for you. Make sure that you show them how much you appreciate them by tipping them. And when I say tip them, I don't mean an extra $5, an extra $10. Make sure you let them know that they are appreciated. Whatever that amount look like to you is dependent on you and your budget. But just make sure that the people that are in your most intimate parts of your body, because I take my hair and my nail and my very seriously when I get those done, make sure you pay those people appropriately. That's all I ask. So we are going to get into the questions. Of course, my favorite part. I tried a hairstylist for the first time. I found out she read my text while I was in the chair. Ooh. I put the two and two together because some private information only I would know got out to somebody else. I really want to blast her on social media because I think her current and future clients should know that she's violating their privacy. Should I? So, let's talk about this. Blasting on social media is probably not the most effective to get a message out, but if you know for a fact that this service provider is the reason that this information got out, definitely confront them because reading text message, I'm thinking about getting braids. I be in a chair 7-8 hours. You're trying to tell me somebody been reading all my text messages for 8 hours? That is definitely some information I would want to be privy to, but I don't think blasting on social media is the most appropriate method to go through that. I feel like let them know that you know what they did. Never go to them again. And hopefully they figure out, hey, other people are getting hip. I should probably stop doing this no more. If not, feel free to blast them. But I just don't think that that's a appropriate route of action. My hairdresser is scissor happy. She talks about how well my hair is growing. And when I go for a trim, she cuts off way too much. She says I need it, but I take pretty good care of my hair. I really don't think so. How do I tell her to cut that shit out? You as a comedian, no pun intended. You a comedian for two reasons. One, cut that shit out. Haha. Two, girl, grow up. You either trust this hair professional or not. You said that your hair is growing when they go to them. If you are mad about a few inches getting cut off your hair when you get in the chair, figure out what's your attachment to your hair that if the professional that you trust and you go to feels like it needs to go, you got a problem with it going. Let them cut that shit off, okay? Or they need to cut you off because you're definitely the problem. I was once a loyal client to my makeup artist, but she changed her technique and I'm really not a fan. Every time I post a pic on social media, she says something about me going to someone else. How do I let her know I don't go to her because she fell off? Listen, I stopped going to you because you no longer provide a service that I think is up to par with what I want. But you got the audacity to be commenting on what somebody else do. The call is coming from inside the house. Low key, you throwing slick comments. Usually, you can approach situations like this with grace. But since you want to be funny, you need to let her know. Low key, I personally would go in like I'm an ESPN sportcaster. I would screenshot the pic, circle what she used to do, what she doing now. Like, you used to do this, you don't do this no more. You started doing this, you fell off doing this. My eyebrows look like bat wings. All the stuff you don't like, just point those things out. And maybe she'll start to look inward and realize, hey, maybe she don't go with me because I could do better. Tell her she needs to take a makeup class. Suggest some other artists whose work she should probably be emulating. Make sure that you let her know, hey, I stopped going to you for a reason. And it's definitely just not appropriate to be saying bad things about your colleagues. So she want to be foul, you be just as foul. You know I love a tit for tat sometimes. How do you feel about waxers posting their clients' coochies online? Thank you for using my platform to elevate such an important message. When it comes to waxing and aesthetic work, I'm just not a fan of the coochies online. I can't lie. One, they be real shiny. So I'm like, I already don't like how they look sometimes. And two, like, I feel like they be real zoomed in, so they look real big. I didn't scroll on Instagram to see big coochie. Also, waxing is a skill. I feel like there are more innovative and more appropriate ways to show off you having good waxing skills. Maybe show a demo of like you cutting hair off a peach or like waxing something else. Maybe an arm, maybe an armpit, maybe something zoomed in so I don't even know what body part it is. But keep your clients' coochies offline. Also, I'm thinking like, what do the consent about that look like? Do I know that you're going to post my coochie online? Do you text me ahead of time like, hey, I'm about to post your coochie today. Do you mind? Is it all inclusive when I sign up that I'm volunteering to get my coochie? I don't know what the process look like. Low key, if your coochie has ever been on your waxer page and you have not gotten consent, I feel like you should tell them to take that down immediate. Long story short, I'm not a fan of it. Get the big coochie off my timeline. So as you know, I'm going to keep going and get my hair done, get my nails done, get my eyebrows done, and paying my service providers properly. But you know, always got something to say. I'm about to go to my handy dandy Twitter because you know your favorite Twitter bitch always got something to say. I'm always on time, in class, on task, and got a tweet to relate to every single situation. So about these service providers, Jen had to say, if 10 years ago somebody told me I would have one day a month to make an appointment with a service provider, I would have called you crazy. The girls who say, I only book the first Tuesday of every month, make sure you get all your appointments in. Life is crazy, chaotic. The earth is melting. I cannot tell you if I'm going to need an appointment on Thursday, the 23rd, in 2 weeks. Please let people book a month at a time or have enough time for anybody who wants to be provided a service from you. Give bitches a space. Sometimes we don't got money. Sometimes we don't got time. Life is so unpredictable to leave one spot for somebody to make their appointments for the entire month. If I've never been to you, that's probably why. And I like to go to everybody. I like to support. I like to show love. What I don't like to do is participate in the Hunger Games unalerted. I've never been a petty girl. So the next topic we're going to talk about has always been funny to me because I'm just not an energy matcher. I flow and I move in positivity and good energy, and hopefully I let everybody do the same. And we're going to talk about getting your lick back. But before we talk about the questions, y'all know Jen got something to say. I'm coming with a message, and I want everyone to receive this properly. If you ever been a tit for tat person, a back and forth person, a petty person, when you watch this episode, I want you to leave that behind because I'm about to say this. The ultimate lick back is your absence and leaving a lip. Somebody who is thinking about doing something to you because you did something to them is not operating in supreme energy, does not wish you well, and you trying to move and be like them is going to put you in that very same nasty, funky, fucked up place they coming from. If you don't want to be like that person, whatever energy that you feel like they giving to you that makes them want to go back and forth, tit for tat, get that lick back, leave it behind. It does nothing but make you look just as petty as they are. I ain't never been a petty person. I don't deal with petty people. So if you looking and you watching this episode and you want to be petty, leave that behind. If you've ever been in a situation where you thought, I need to get this person back, I need to seek revenge, let it go. And I'm going to tell you why, because we about to get into these questions and I'm going to tell everybody who's trying to get their lick back that they wrong. Well, let's see. When I was an up-and-coming DJ, I tried to work with the club and they ignored me. Now they are consistently trying to get me to DJ for them. I want to ignore them like they did me. Should I? First of all, industry like entertainment is all about relationships. If this is a company or a business that you wanted to work with and you feel like they are supportive or reputable or will add anything to your brand, do you really not want to work with them just because that they didn't know who you were back then? I feel like you worked hard enough on your DJ career to get to a level that people are able to associate your name with good things to the point that they want to reach back out to you. They probably didn't know who you were back then. They probably didn't know how good work that you did back then. You probably didn't have the notoriety that you have now. So they really had nothing to work off of. If you still think that this is a company that you want to be aligned with, the things that they do will propel you to the next level, or it's something that you still want to do, please don't operate in the energy of back then they didn't want me, now I'm hot, they on me. Do what you're supposed to do. Go to that club, work with those people, show them what you got so they can keep inviting you back again, and you can get some more crowd favorites. I really feel like reputation and relationships is so important in the industry of entertainment, and I feel like just operating in back and forth energy will only do nothing but hurt you because people talk. And you don't want to be the petty person that people talk about, because I talk about petty people. There's a girl I'm casually cool with. We see each other out often, chat it up, follow each other on social media. When my birthday came around, she watched my whole Instagram story and never once said happy birthday to me. I feel away. Am I petty? Would I be wrong for not telling her happy birthday? Yes, you're petty. Let's just answer that. And two, is your birthday really happy if you count who telling you happy birthday? I feel like your inbox, your heart, your mind should be so filled with love and gratitude and happiness on your birthday that you can't even count who is really telling you happy birthday. You count on reposts and social media love and whether somebody else skipped you or not. It's given miserable birthday, not happy birthday. Don't even worry about that. If you feel like you cannot tell this person happy birthday because they did not tell you happy birthday, your birthday ain't happy. So get your shit together. In college, I was talking to a guy in a frat. He hit and quit me. Okay. I understand it's part of the game, but I was younger and it hurt my feelings. Recently, his line brother slid in my DMs. Okay. Yes, I think he's cute, but I low-key just want to mess with him for revenge. Do you think I should do it? Okay. So, speaking as a girl who has a lot of friends in frat, shout out to the Qs, the Alphas, the Kappas. I ain't got no Iota and Sigma friends. I don't know what that's about, but whatever. Let me just be frank. He don't remember you. He's probably don't know who you is, probably don't remember the hit and quit, probably don't remember when it happened. So if you want to mess with this man, please feel free to do so because he cute, he fine, he got money, he gonna do something for you. Not as an act of revenge, because I can simply say the revenge will not be got because that person do not remember you. So if he fine and you like him, go ahead, talk to him. I don't think it's an act of revenge. Do that because you think you about to get you a man or something out the deal, but it's not giving revenge, can't lie. The hit and quit is not giving memorable. And that has nothing to do with you. That just has something to do with the frequency and the way that these men move at that point in time. But yeah, get you a little cutie out the deal. You already think he cute. Go ahead, fuck with him. But it's not revenge. So just don't think it's that. And also, girl, you grown. Like if you was talking about a guy in a frat and you my age, let that go. My homeboy dated a girl he knew I had a crush on, and he didn't even like her. His ex been liking and heart-eyeing my pics on IG. And there's been light flirting in the DMs. Would I be wrong to take her on a date? Now, sir, we are talking about two different things. A crush, meaning somebody who you just liked casually, and they kind of just don't know how you operate, and an ex-girlfriend. I don't know how you and your homeboys is. Y'all might be okay with dating each other ex, but from the way you worded this question, I don't think he's that type of guy. Do not date this man ex-girlfriend because he talked to or took a date on a girl who you liked in your head. One is factual, one is in real life, and one is fantasy. And here in this real world that is melting, we deal in facts. Do not take your friend ex-girlfriend out on a date because y'all are Instagram flirting and you trying to get him back. That is so rude and mean and nasty. Don't be that friend. My friend always takes bad pictures of me. So I started to take bad pics of her. Now, let me finish this. Before she posts them on social media, She asks, do they look bad? And I tell her no. Ooh, I'm starting to feel horrible about it. Should I tell her what I've been doing? No, you shouldn't tell her what you've been doing because that's going to cause a whole nother problem. But you need to stop using evil bitch. One, to take the bad pictures, and two, when she asks them, are they fine? Say yes. I know social media not deep for a lot of people, but your friend could be an influencer. Your friend could make money off of social media. Your friend could be a party promoter. Taking bad pictures could literally lose somebody money. Like, why would you be willing to possibly mess with somebody's image because they take bad pictures of you? My personal opinion is, if you think there are several bad pictures of you, you need to look inward. You need to be a better bitch. There are people who get pictures of them taken off guard 24/7 because they're celebrities and they look fantastic all the time. What's keeping that from being you? You need to practice your posing, take better pictures, do more, and stop taking bad pictures of your friend. Just tell her no. If you want to be a hater, do that. Stop being her friend, but don't take bad pictures of her. Don't lie and say the pictures aren't bad. But should you tell her what you've been doing now? Because let me tell you something. If you care anything about this friendship, it's over as soon as you say something. So if you're not willing to let her go as a friend, just step it up. Start taking better pictures. When I was young, my parents didn't help me with anything. Never gave me money, co-signed for a car, nothing. I have worked hard to obtain everything that I have. They are getting older and can't work as much as they used to. My parents have asked me for money on multiple occasions. And I'll say I'll check my budget and I'll think about it. But I really don't want to do anything for them because they didn't do anything for me. Is this selfish or self-preservation? I personally think it's a little bit of both. Like, parents in general are really just doing the best that they can with what tools they have. Your parents probably didn't have the money to support you, or probably wanted you to be independent and thought promoting independence was more important than giving you the support you need. Maybe they had habits that they were dealing with that they couldn't support you. So, like, consider those options as well, but also understand that some things are out of their control. Getting older and not being able to work as much is going to happen to everybody. If you had a child, would you be okay with your child asking you for things and you not being able to support them? I feel like it's a little bit of both. It's both selfishness and self-preservation. I feel like you need to be doing some inner work. Talk to a therapist, talk this out with somebody as to why you think you can't help your parents. I personally feel like, unfortunately, my parents are not here today. Whatever I have on this earth, I would give to my parents 100% and willingly. And I understand everybody don't have the relationship with their parents that they're willing to do something like that. But the people who gave you your life, you got to do something for them. I'm not asking you to get them that whole life savings, but if your mama need a little something on the rent or for you to pay groceries, help your girl out. So I would say it's a little bit of selfishness and self-preservation, but selfishness not always bad. If you don't want to support your parents, you worked hard for what you have in your life. I completely understand that. Hold on to yourself, but definitely, girl, you need to go to therapy. Or boy, you need to go to therapy. Whoever you're talking to, talk about that. Because especially if one day you want to have kids, the type of relationship that you showing that you have with your parents right now probably would not be the best thing to push forward in another generation. So take care of that. Getting your lick back is just not worth it to me. I just feel like tit for tat energy is just really poor. And of course, as you know, back to the Twitter, Gian always got something to say. I'm always on task. When we talk about operating in tit for tat energy, this is how I feel about it. Being petty will make me hate you. So I don't know if you do this to everybody else, but if you go tit for tat with Gian, Gian gonna tat that ass, okay? Thank y'all so much for watching Ask Jen. I'll talk to y'all soon. Like, follow, subscribe, comment, and I'll catch y'all on the next episode. Bye.